today I want to start off by working on these cushions. We are going to be trying out some of this Vinyl Sauce. This is Professional Vinyl Leather and Upholstery Cleaner. I got this from WholesaleMarine.com, which we want to thank WholesaleMarine.com for sponsoring this boat. And you can get all kinds of stuff like this from them. If you use the link in the description below, you will also use our coupon code, which is BAB10, which is going to get you 10% off with no minimum purchase. And you'll be able to get all these kinds of products for your boat, whatever you need. Cleaning supplies, parts for your engine, any of that stuff, you'll be able to get at WholesaleMarine.com using our code. Now, let's try and see what this whole Vinyl Sauce is going to do, and then we'll come back and get it with the Condition Sauce Vinyl Leather Rubber UV Protection and Moisturizer. I have not tried this stuff, but I've seen great reviews from it, which is why I want to try this. So I'm just going to spray it on here, and we'll kind of see how it goes. First aid info doesn't really give you any kind of directions. Lightly apply Vinyl Sauce directly on surface and wipe off completely with the clean microfiber, or apply Vinyl Sauce to a clean but damp towel and wipe the surface in motion. Use undiluted on vinyl, plastic, leather, and carpet. So that's what we're going to try. So did pretty good just wiping it, but I sprayed it on there. Now I'm gonna kind of let it sit a little bit. I do need to watch out these red rags. I don't know if that's gonna be the best, but I just kind of like sprayed it on there. I'm letting it sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna see if I can't see what happens when I wipe it back again after it's been sitting for a little while. See, I don't know. Do not know if this stuff's gonna cut a lot of these spots. Doesn't seem to be doing too much to it. What it is doing, though, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it is leaving a red tint from this rag on there, so I cannot use these. I'm gonna come back and see what a white rag will do if long I can get that red tint out of there, because if I can't get that out of there, I'm gonna be pretty upset about that. So it does pretty good, cleans it pretty good, but it's not touching these spots. And I don't know, you know, the Clorox is the only thing that sometimes touches those, but sometimes those are permanent, which unfortunately that might be the case here. I think I'm gonna go get a detail brush, so I can detail this right here just to get around that cord, clean this out, and then also put something else on here to try and see if I can get these spots out, because I might not be able to, and I'm really concerned about this one back here. These are probably all permanent. I don't know if I'll be able to get those out, which gonna be what it's gonna be. The rest of this should clean up pretty well. These seats are something else that we got to work on, so let me move on for right now and get myself something that I'm gonna get something harsher to see if I can't get these spots out, as well as a brush to get in here to get this as much clean as I can. Well, as suspected, these are not coming out. Also, I got now these lines right here that I got to try and take out. That was some Zep mold stain and mildew remover, powerful bleach. I tried that. I just use a cheap paintbrush, 2-inch Harbor Freight, whatever, to get into these right here to kind of like clean out those ridges there. I will try this as well to see if this can get rid of these lines, and then also like maybe lessen these spots. But these are really harsh chemicals. You don't really want to use these on there. I mean, it's hard on your stitching and all that stuff, but it's basically what you got to do. I'm going to come back and hit it with the Boat Bling Vinyl Sauce, and then after that I'm going to hit it with the conditioning sauce. So that way, right now the first thing is to get rid of these massive stains, which are, you know, usually I mean, this is almost to where you're not going to get it out unless you use massively harsh chemicals like this. That's because it's been gone for so long. Normally you only want to use stuff like this right here, which is, you know, vinyl sauce, conditioned sauce, so you can clean it with this and maintain it with this, and then put that on there to protect it, so that way you don't ever deal with this kind of issue. But as we do with our boats, we buy stuff that has been neglected for years and years and years. So I'm going to start working my way around here. I'm going to see what this does, and then we'll just, you know, get this to get the stains out, rid of this, and then this to protect it. That's our plan. As suspected, the Tilex Plus mold and mildew remover is the best on harsh chemicals or harsh stains out of everything, but that's not going to come out of there. That is permanent part of the vinyl now. There's no getting that out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and work my way around with this all the way around this whole seat up here. Then we'll come back, like I said, with the vinyl sauce and the condition, and we'll get all these cushions cleaned up. Much better. Is it perfect? Of course not. We still got tears in here, still a little bit of dirt looking on here, but there's nothing. You're not going to get these stains permanently out. You know, you let it go too far and you got to use harsh chemicals like what we're using. That's kind of part of the game. I need to get these other cushions, all this stuff out of the boat. We'll do it all out of the boat, and that way the only thing I've got to do in the boat is this one and the back cushion. But the cover, these two seats, those two things, I'm gonna pull those all out of the boat. We'll do them out there on the ground so I can really spray them with water. I need to spray all this down with water. One thing that I am concerned about is because I was using bleach, I don't want it to run down here on the carpet and then leave a bleach stain. So I'll probably take these cushions out of the boat as well, spray them all off out there. Kind of need a better place to work than on the grass. Not really sure how what I'm gonna do yet. I'm gonna find somewhere around here to clean these outside of the boat. But yeah, this looks 100% better. Now, normally you don't ever want to get it to that point where you got to use those stuff. You really want to get it to where all you got to do is hit it with something like this. This is from wholesalemarine.com. Boat Bling Vinyl Sauce Professional Vinyl Leather and Upholstery Cleaner. And then you come back with this. It's a conditioned sauce, and you condition it. So as long as you keep it cleaned and conditioned, you will never have to get to this point where you got to use bleach. It's harsh. It's not good for the cushions. Like, it is not good. All the threads and stuff, it is not good for the cushions at all. So do want to make that very clear. But yeah, let me get these cushions out of the boat. Let me get these seats out of the boat. I actually need to do some work on the seats because the way you open them up to lay down is kind of a pain. So I'll probably play around with that as well. But let's continue on with getting all these out of the boat so we can clean them all outside of the boat. Well, this is not working out the way I thought it would. I don't understand. I can get this. This comes off, no problem. It slides right out. I still need to fix something here though too, because this is all messed up and pulled off. This needs to be screwed back on here. I don't even know. It's only attached by one screw up here somehow. I don't even see. I guess there's a spot right there for something to be that's pulled out. That's got a screw right there. Not sure why I can pull this track out. Oh, it's because this thing's all messed up. But my main concern about cleaning this upholstery here is if I use the bleach stuff to get these stains out, I'll get the stuff on the carpet, which I do not want to do. And then also these things right here, I want to mess with this, because pulling these up to unhook off these tabs is pretty much a pretty big pain to get from underneath this seat. Oh, extra parts. 2 screws that are probably important. So get rid of all this junk down the trash can. So yeah, I'm not sure what exactly how I want to tackle this whole seat operation here, because it's kind of a pain. And yeah, I do not want to get you do not want to get this on the carpet, because that will mess up and spot all this carpet. It will discolor it, and that will be a massive mistake that I do not want to do. First thing I need to do, I need to get a screw on this thing and get this attached the way it should be. It looks like I just have 1 screw there. Just need to find 1 big screw to hold that on there. Not see it anywhere in this boat. These are not going to work because these are too small. So let me secure this, and then I'll figure out what to do with that. And then once I can lay the seat out, I'll probably clean this track out, grease all this, and then we will figure out how to lay it out to clean it with it laid out in the boat and not mess up our carpet. Okay, I've got these, I bent these down a little bit, so that should help. Boom, I got that all oiled up nice and smooth. So this seat should pop up and give you access to down here now. Got this track all cleaned up, that track all cleaned up. I need to clean up these a little bit more. And then I need to grease inside here, grease inside there, so that way this will slide back and forth a lot better. Also got this carpet cleaned out. I need to let it dry and then I can vacuum it, but most of the stains are all out of there. We'll be doing the carpet, like all this carpet, later on in another video, but for now I'm gonna vacuum these cobwebs out of there, clean that track, put this thing together, and we should be pretty good as far as the actual seat performance. I'm gonna have to figure out something here, so I put that screw in there to hold this track on there, but if I look up here, there's a knob there that's going to block it. So realistically the seat needs to go on there, and then once the seat's on there, then I could put this screw in there, but it needs to go over here. That's too big, so I don't know. I might have to find something else. You notice how they got these big giant screws there. Maybe I could take one of these out and put a different, like I could put one of them screws right there, take one of those screws, stick them there. That might be what I could do, is just stick that one there, take that one from there, and do a little swappity swappity. So clean, grease, we'll put this thing back together. Voila, perfect. So this thing's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Move it back. You need to hit this handle right there to kind of move it in and out and slide it. But in here I can just flip this one-handed. I move the it stops there where it's supposed to. Flip my handle, flips down, lays out. That is perfect. So now I need to do the same exact thing on this seat right here, but also I need to clean this cushion. I need to get the vacuum out, vacuum these out, vacuum that out, and then we will give it the same treatment that we've given everything else to get the stains off here. Again, worried about the carpet, using bleach, so I might just try in the vinyl soft, see what that does, or try and do a light rag type of cleaning with it. And then once I get both of these done, we'll move on to there. I might even just start with those, or just hit this seat up first with the folding up and down, and then go on to the cleaning. But I'm pretty happy about this working the way it should now. It's always something. We got a whole different problem over here. Luckily I found both the screws for this one was just completely taken off, but this one's actually got rivets on this side for stops, not just the screws. Interesting. But yeah, I need to still clean this track somehow, because I can't take, oh, I guess I could take that screw off, take that screw off. I could fold this back up, take the screws off, pull the thing out, and then flip it upside down and work on it. But I don't know if that's really necessary. I think I could probably clean this as is. I just need to clean this track out. I don't know, I might fold it back up and just take the 4 screws out, flip this thing upside down and do it that way. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me see how that goes. Well, that was actually super easy. So I think that's what I'm gonna do over here too. I'm gonna take the screws out of this thing. There's just 4 of them, one on each corner, and I can pull the whole apparatus out of there. I'm gonna clean this one up here right now, grease it all up so it slides nice and smooth, but then I'm gonna actually take both of them out of the boat like this, and I can lay them, you know, I can put them down over there in the rocks or whatever, and actually clean them. That way I don't have to worry about the bleach on the floor. The only thing that I really need to worry about is this right here, that one, and then getting this right here. So this might not get as clean as I want it to do, just because I don't want to ruin this carpet, you know what I'm saying? That's #1 concern. But I think the conditioning sauce or the vinyl sauce will actually be fine. It won't up here, but for these boxes it'd be all right, no worries. Well, the boat looks way more wide open now with all them seats and stuff in here. So I got all the cushions out of the boat, ready to go. We'll clean those all out there. I think what I'm gonna do now is work on these 3 cushions here, and as well as these 2. I'm gonna vacuum this out, clean that carpet, and then once I get these cushions done, then we'll go ahead and hop out, work on all those cushions as well. It's starting to look really good in here. All that's looking clean. All that's looking clean. This looks real clean. Obviously I can't do anything with that. That's, you know, donezo. And then same thing back here, like I was saying originally. Nothing's going to get this out of that upholstery. You're gonna have to redo it. You could use that SEM paint. I've never tried that, but that is something that you could try and repaint this, because the canvas isn't terrible, but yeah, for the most part that's donezo. I'm gonna leave that as is. So everything's been cleaned with the degreaser and whatnot. I'm gonna come back around now with a clean rag and condition everything. Not with this. I want the vinyl sauce. I want to hit it up with the leather and upholstery cleaner to kind of mitigate all that the degreaser and whatnot, and then we will condition it with the condition sauce, and then after that we'll be able to get out of the boat and start working on all the individual pieces. Yeah, this is starting to look pretty flashy. You can tell it's a 35-year-old cushion, but it's actually starting to come together and look really clean. Those speakers look nice. This obviously looks terrible, but nothing I can do with that. My front though, front's looking pretty fresh. A couple spots that are not ever going to come out, but for what it is, it's looking really, really good. So I kind of want to do the carpet next, just to make it really pop, but I should probably just go ahead and hop out, start polishing off all these cushions down here, get them done so I can get the seats back in. But I need to do the car before I do the seats, but at least I'll be done with the upholstery aspect of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hop out and start working on that. One seat's done. Look at how pretty this thing came out. Obviously you can tell that it's 30 years old. Still got some fuzzies on there, but you know, I just want to remind people that even though this works to get a lot of the stuff off, that's one part. Do not do something like this without going to like Wholesale Marine or wherever and getting some boat bling vinyl sauce, which is some cleaner, and some conditioning sauce. You know, it doesn't have to be this, it could be Starbright. You know, Wholesale Marine's got a bunch of different stuff, but this is just kind of what I chose. But you have to put something on the upholstery, or else, you know, when you use harsh chemicals, you just open up the pores and like it's going to get dirty twice as fast, and you're going to wear out the threads and the actual material of the seats. So always make sure that you do some conditioning and get rid of these harsh chemicals off of that seat, because if not, you're just going to tear your cushions up a lot quicker. This looks beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and stick this one up in the boat, get it attached, and then I'll come back here and get that seat done. And the only thing left will be our other two portions that go in the back of the boat. These things are pretty clapped out, pretty raggedy. Most of them, yeah, these are pretty rough. So I am going to clean them and put them back in. I'm not going to get these redone, but these, out of everything in the boat, these are what needs to be redone when it comes to the upholstery. Like this one here, you can tell this is what I'm talking about with the material. You see how it just breaks down, it gets brittle and then breaks off. Like that's what it is. Same thing with the stains. When that gets into the material, you can't get it out. So all right, let me get this seat put up in the boat and we'll move on to the second one. There you go. Like I said, they really need to be redone, but at least they're clean and protected, and that's what they look like. Let's go look at the boat, because the rest of the boat, even though it's got a bunch of bugs on there right now, is really, really clean. As soon as we sprayed this off, it's all protected. So I mean, everything's just going to wipe right off of it. I could probably even go ahead and reapply some more stuff on there, just because it could probably use it. But I can't believe there's so many bugs around here. It's crazy. Let's look at the other side. And again, looking beautiful. Granted, a lot of bugs around here, but this looks so much better in here. And I haven't even cleaned really anything else. I mean, the seats are pretty much all done. Done the upholstery, done a little bit of the carpet. That looks good. This is looking good. This all needs to be cleaned. Dash needs to be cleaned. But engine hatch, this is all looking good. I need to flip that one around. That one's all messed up, but This is gonna look really good once I get it put back together. But that's how you clean your cushions.